Hello everyone. So I just wanted to make a video talking about something I want to change in the span of Tekken 7 to Tekken 8. I think all the characters, or the majority of the characters, should have less moves, should have less situations where they just have moves that are detrimental at high levels of play. I play like an older character, and a lot of these characters were designed before a high level play was even being considered as a factor, because at one point the design scheme of Tekken was really just you throw out your moves. People weren't doing all this. People weren't really actually very good at this, and power to them, because they wanted a good looking fighting game where the characters did cool stuff, which gave birth to some of the coolest characters in fighting game history. Some of the most well known. People who don't play video games know who Eddie Gordo is. Anyway, that design motif, however, being carried into modern Tekken has resulted into characters like Kazumi being outright hard counters for characters like this. Kazumi is a really good character to fight against Eddie with. So is Shaheen, so is Claudio. I think every character made after Tekken 5, because it's a mixture of several things, like their unrealistic moves, having weird hitboxes where they punch the area behind your kneecaps. They don't aim for a realistic part of the body like a realistic martial artist would. So a lot of Eddie's supposed high crush and his evasion, yeah, they just knock him out of it. So all these high amounts of startup that are supposed to help him avoid highs and older, more realistic moves don't work on them. But that's a topic for another video. I've touched on it in several other videos I've made. The point is, Eddie has, and Eddie's not the only character like this. Oh, this is Kazumi. Well, it doesn't matter. Either or. Kazumi has 65 moves. 66. One of the best characters in the game. Eddie has 165. Considered one of the worst characters in the game. Well, I don't even know if Kazumi is still considered one of the best characters in the game. She's kind of fallen out since they had to nerf her, right? Because don't pretend season 1 through season 3 didn't happen. Season 2 didn't happen. This character showing up winning most tournaments. I was oh, that's because Arslan was playing her. He wasn't the only one. And we saw our fair share of Claudios and Shaheens. Those characters are very boring, very generic. Rely on generics more so than the majority of the cast, and they just keep winning because they have a very small amount of moves, and they have to force a bunch of properties onto them. Their hop kicks duck mids. They hit from back here and they duck mid. It's the same distance as my hop kick, but it launches and it's still only minus 13 and it ducks mids. Bro, it does all that. It might not be official, it might not be a thing on paper, the game will tell you, hey, it does that, but it happens. You watch it happen. There's footage of it happening. And they're just like that, lots of tracking, lots of really good running options. Really good pokes and punishes, just really good overall. Don't excel at anything specific, but they're just generally good at everything. Meanwhile, you have older characters that have knowledge checks, these crappy situations. These crappy situations where it's just how the character is built. Did that wrong, but yeah, it's knowledge check. You can interrupt it. Yeah, all these moves that he can do, interruptible. Knowledge checks. And you get a combo off this. This isn't like interrupting another character. He counts as airborne, so he gets floated. Stop doing that. Kazumi doesn't have moves like that. Shaheen doesn't have moves like that. Claudio has one interruptible move, but it's really weird and it's hyper specific. But, you know, just the point is, like, knowledge checks. Moves that stop you from being good at high level, because if someone just knows its weakness, they can exploit it. Meanwhile, these newer characters, the weakness is you can block it. I think, you know, that's not fair. I think that's not fair at this point. I hope that changes in Tekken 8. I hope, like, characters like Eddie get less moves. Not only for the sake of being better, so, like, you have to force the moves that they keep to be stronger, but so, like, lower level players, because, like, to a lower level player, what are they supposed to do about this? He can do this forever. When are you supposed to press buttons? The game doesn't teach you can press buttons. The game doesn't teach you can do something about this. But you can. And that's why they hate Eddie, because of knowledge checks. Then they learn how to play against the character. They still hate him because of residual hatred for him, like, embarrassing them by doing that, but then it's like, oh, well, he's no big deal at all. Still makes it to top 8s. One of the worst characters in the game, but still. Like, stuff like that's annoying. And I understand that's, like, Tekken's design motif. That's how Tekken's been since Tekken 3. But, like, in Tekken 3, when I would throw out moves like that, Eddie did more damage. Ever since the juggle extension was incorporated in Tekken, at first it was bound and now it's tailspin, Eddie and various other characters have had to do less damage. Like, I have a clip, and I'll splice it into this video of me doing this on a character in Tekken 3, landing that part. It does like half his health. That did 24 damage. You have 180 health in this game, right? Give or take. Look at how little damage that is. And in Tekken 3, that did way more. That was actually hit. It did more in Tekken 5 as well. It didn't do a full half of your HP, but a solid chunk of your health went away. Why? Because this move isn't very good. Like, this doesn't natural. And for the record, this string I'm doing right now, is also jab interruptible. It's another knowledge check. To be fair, he can do this, you know, mix you up. You don't really know he's gonna press 4. And when he does, he's safe. But this isn't safe. This is launch punishable. Most people, like, you know, when they try to exploit the jab, though, they'll get hit by this, because he counts as crouching. You know, all these games of chance, this could work. This has the potential to work. Meanwhile, for newer characters, it just works. That's why I want less moves. That's why I want the general characters to be stronger. But, you know, unfortunately, the juggle extension's here to stay. Like, we saw it in the Tekken 8 trailer. So you can't just go around giving Eddie, like, a bunch of damage off stuff. There are characters like that in this game, Paul players, who just have a bunch of damage in the neutral, have a bunch of damage when it comes to poking and just landing individual hits. And then they get full juggles just like the rest of the cast. But still, like, yeah, that used to be enough. This used to be enough. Oh my god, female hitboxes. That used to be enough. That used to be a combo in Tekken. Now I gotta do all of this. And it just keeps going. I don't feel like that's necessary, and I would have made a video saying I hope the juggle extension doesn't come back, but it's obviously here to stay. I'm not very good at ending these, but everyone says that because it's weird, it's awkward, but let me know what you think below. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to talk more about Tekken and see more fighting game content in the future like this. Do you think characters need less moves? Because I know what you might be thinking, like, do we really want everyone to be like Shaheen, Claudio, and Kazumi, and I was like, they used to be. My character used to have less moves. My character used to hit harder. My character used to have a tad bit more consistency, mixed in with the fact that the other characters didn't have a bunch of moves that directly counter how this character operates. So yeah, I have a bit of a like nostalgic bias towards older Tekken games. I won't even lie about that, but I don't know, man. I was having more fun back then. Like, I have 5 and 5DR in my garage. I boot those up. It's a lot of fun. You know, sitting here like watching me try to like fight from back here and then just having so many characters circumvent it. Knowing that the hitboxes are smaller in this game, so like my character's not kicking as far as he used to, but I'm pretty much relegated to this like 1.52 range to be any form of useful. Like it's just annoying. It's annoying to like think about. The curse of knowledge of knowing how this character works in this game has gotten old. But anyway, that's it for now. Let me know what you think below. And again, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.